Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to talk about SQL joins. So far what the types of queries we covered in this class always worked on single tables. But if you want to work on multiple tables, if you want to combine data from multiple tables, you have two options. You can either use subqueries or you can use joins. However, if the resulting table needs columns from more than one table, then you need to use joins. You can't do that with subqueries. Okay. Now, how does joins work? Basically, SQL join is a subset of Cartesian product of two tables, and it works by matching tables from based on their common columns. Like if two tables have the same column, and it would match them where the values are the same, and it would filter the rows from the combined table. Okay. Now let's do an example so it's easier to see for yourself. By the way, if you have an imported Dream Home database, example database I provided in the previous video, go ahead and do that first because it's going to help you to exercise it using a SQL editor. If you have done so, now just continue watching this one. So I'm going to open the SQL editor by clicking on the SQL tab. Now before we start, let's look at the example. This is an example from the book, course book. List the names of all clients who have viewed a property along with any comments they supplied. Now, can you get the names of clients just from the viewing table? No, you cannot. Just take a look at the table here. In the viewing table, we don't have client name, but we have the client table as a separate table where the client number is the primary key and you have the client's first name, last name, etc. Therefore, we need to combine these two tables. We need to join them, and once we join them, we can get the client's first name, last name, and then we can get the property number and any comment if they have supplied one. Okay. To do this, we're gonna start with a query where we're gonna select the client's number first, and then we're gonna get client first name, then client last name, and then what else did the query ask of us? The property they viewed, and then any comments applied. Property number and comments. Now, to create a join, you need to select columns from more than one table. So I'm going to select from client, and I'm going to use an alias for the client table. I'm just going to call it C. It's easier that way. And I'm going to choose from viewed as well, viewing table, and I'm going to call this V. Okay, so I can just refer to this table as V. Now, I'm going to, since the client number exists in both tables, I need to define which one we're getting it from, which tables we're fetching the client number from. So I'm going to fetch it from the client. So I'm going to call it C.clientNumber. Means it's getting the client number from this client table, which is C. If I said V, it would be getting the client number from the viewing table. Okay, and then the next thing is the first name. It's also coming from client, though since it doesn't exist in the viewing, even if you don't add C.fname, it will automatically get it from the client. So you don't have to really do it. I'm just doing it because easier to see things that way. V.property now and V.comments. Okay, and then we're gonna join these tables in the where clause, where C.clientNumber equals V.clientNumber. Now, when you are done with the query, you can press the go button and it should give us the result. And the result is client numbers, their names, and which properties they've seen. Okay, and it also gives you the comments if they had any comments. So this is one way to do the join. Another way to do it is using an inner join operator. So go back to the query box. Okay, now I'm going to do it in a different way. I'm going to say inner join client C inner join viewing on where client number equals to viewing client number. Okay, and this will also return us the same table. Okay, so this is the simple query, simple join operation. Now let's order the table by the client number and then maybe the first name and then the property now. And then the property now. That. And you can see we ordered it by the client number first and then the name, and after the name based on the property number. Okay, so this is how the simple join works. In the next video we're going to look at outer joins and do some more exercises.